What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sir Ed Dareal. That's SIREDDAREAL. You can check me out, sireddareal.com. I'm coming to talk to y'all about some of the new stuff we got coming out, from the project Life Short, So Play Hard. I just dropped that album here, um, you know, recently. It's been leaked. It's going to be on Spotify. It's going to be on Google Play. You can catch it on all your, internet streaming services. But I wanted to go into depth about, when we actually got started doing the music. It was, I want to say it was like back in 1998. We recorded our first demo, Sir Ed the Real and my boy Jules. We had Up in the Sky video. You should see that on YouTube as well. It was a nice video shot on the Emerald Empress. A lot of people who are from the Sandusky, Ohio area remember that. I ran into an artist by the name of KP around 1999, maybe a year after I ran into Jules. That was probably one of the most significant parts of our crew, which was 12 gauge at the time. It's 12 gauge records and entertainment. Running into KP and Jules, those are my two forefathers that came in with me. I'm like the head guy that started it, but those two guys actually laid the groundwork for the piff that you hear from 12 gauge. So when you see people actually make mention of how good the product is, those are the backbone guys. I'm just the muscle. I would just say it like it is. I'm the muscle. Those two guys was the ones that kept things intact as far as that fire that everybody wants to hear from different crews. And some of the songs that you might see on the internet, us with 12 gauge attire on, those are some of the lost tapes that we have. We just actually just start uploading them. We recorded the album, but it never really got put out nationally. We just had it recorded and mastered, and it is available to the public now. One of the biggest songs on there, on that album, was Gangster Thing. That's probably to this date one of the most fire songs that I can pull out of our archive. So you get a chance, go check it out on YouTube. It's under Sir Ed the Real. It's got my boy Jules, my man KP. That's Gangster Thing. You can see that on SoundCloud as well. Just go to SoundCloud, Sir Ed Music, and look up Gangster Thing. Another project we put together right after that was the SVC album. J. Jules, and my man's J. Lay. They had big inputs on there. We had a new artist that came to the table by the name of Yak. Yak had a track on there called Dope Traffic, and KP's In My Area had debuted on that CD as well. It was probably one of the biggest tracks on that album. The SVC album, it did numbers and it grew our fan base quite a bit. I say around the time when we had the SVC album, I probably was, falling back from, being on every song because I had other issues going on. But we still seen Sir Ed. I think I, laid the track. What You Gonna Do? That was one of the tracks that was on there. Everybody liked it. I actually, went in, what I'm saying, on some thoughts that I had. The lyrics actually got a little bit, intense, but I increased the intensity to make sure that, people understood I was serious. So not just being a muscle, I had to show and prove as well. I can't just be an artist and a CEO and nobody tell me about myself. I had to get my shit together, so to speak. Another project we did right after the SVC was the Mash and Scrape. We had that put together around 2005, 2004, 2005. We released that. That had hella joints on there. You get a chance, you go on YouTube and go on SoundCloud and check out some of those joints. One of the notable songs that I got on there is Get Your Swag that I did. And KP also has some, good jams on there. Him and Jules, the very first track on that Master Scrape, that was one of the most significant joints that I think I like the best. You see my man's Jules and KP going back and forth, which is something you don't see in hip hop, as much anymore. Artists going back and forth. That was something that you normally see back, in the early days. But hip hop today. We all get our 16 or get our 12 bars and we in and out. 2007, my boy Jules and Jason, which is J Lay. Y'all might know him as the Shooter. And Yak, they had a CD called United Hustlers. That was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That was fire. And I think, at that time, everybody was making sure that the music stayed rolling. So, I look at that time frame as, significant to keep it in perspective. We all had issues. We were going through, personal issues. And I think it was a standstill for me. I thought that I got stagnant, and my parents, my mom and my dad encouraged me to get back in there. And at some point in your life, you regret shit. So to keep it in short, they told me you don't want to sit here and regret nothing when you get to the age and you look back at what you did with your life. So my mother encouraged me. She like really pushed me into getting back into the music. So I went back to the studio to record, in my opinion, which is some of the best work that I've ever put out. I had an opportunity to produce a lot, and I write a lot of ideas. And my father, he encouraged me to try to make amends with the crew by making sure that I stayed working with them, but bring them to the studio one at a time. So we actually got more work done like that. I didn't know old school didn't have any studio sessions live with me. He didn't come sit in none of my studio sessions, but he knew that the work ethic had to be, saying a little bit more work and less play. So I brought each artist in one at a time with the help of a partner of mine named James Black. You could probably catch him at J Penelope. His cousin, they have a band. It's called J Penelope. But big up to my man James Black. He actually brought the sound to what you hear on the Life Shorts Play Hard. Yeah, I got a couple tracks from my partner across the way named Orlando Williamson. That dude is dope. I had opportunity to do some work with Chris Brown and a couple of the tracks that he got on my album. You're gonna probably hear "Who Am I?" That's dope. Cushion Bottles. He actually also did Big Shots for me. Those are some pretty hot tracks. James Black, he actually did the track. Man, he did all of them actually. Everything else on that album, he put his hands on. I bring the idea to the table, and he enhanced it. I think "Showing Out" is probably, in my opinion, one of the hottest tracks besides Big Shots. I got a actually got a chance to get KP in the studio, and he spit one of the best verses that's on that CD. I actually had James did "Party Life" and got Sean McGee on there featuring Joy Holton. That's a good after five song. If you ever get off work and you want to just have yourself a glass of wine and get a little bit of chill time, that "Party Life" is something that you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Real laid back, grown folk music. Another good jam on there. I had Batman versus Superman. When the Batman versus Superman movie got put together, I had a little insight. I did a Batman song a while back with Sean McGee that didn't really do anything at all, but it's still dope. I still might upload it to YouTube. Y'all should go look for that. But that Batman versus Superman, that was fire. You know what I'm saying? I actually went in. The homework was it was there and actually came through. So a lot of the people who actually listened to the song or seen it on YouTube, man, they gave me great feedback on it, and I made sure it stayed on the album. The characters in the movie, you know what I'm saying. I made sure I included everybody in that song. So another good jam on there that I really like is 36 Hours. The young lady who sung on Batman versus Superman is Mary. Her name is Mary Allen. Mary Allen. She is actually also on 36 Hours as well. That's the last song on my CD. And the reason it's the last song on my CD is the last song that my mother heard before she parted ways with us. So she's on the other side looking down on us, and I'm quite sure she's ecstatic that the CD is finally done. Y'all get a chance, y'all go stream it live. You know what I'm saying? Stream it on Pandora. You can get it on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? You can go and check me out at Sir Ed Music. indepth.com, or you can check me out at Sir Ed Music on Instagram and follow me and see where the next and the latest shows are going to be held, so you can come check out the shows. Um, I also want to just say, man, big ups to my man Brandon Landrum. We got a song called 1 to 6 on the album. It's doing real well. The reception is dope. I actually didn't think about doing no slow song. It was one of the last songs I recorded, and I want to say, that is the biggest thing on the album. It's significant because young ladies don't want to hear trap music all day. I understand that, and I didn't realize it until they forced it. You know what I'm saying, to get me to understand. And now it's like it's probably the biggest thing on my album. So big ups to the boys because they encouraged me to do it. I didn't want to do it, but it's fire, man. 1 to 6. That's dope, man. If you get a chance, go on SoundCloud, check it out. Sir Ed Music 1 to 6, or you can go on to YouTube, Sir Ed Music, or Sir Ed Dareal. That's Sir Ed Dareal. So make sure y'all follow me. Follow all my social media, and big ups to all the homies that's still in 12 gauge doing their thing. Yeah. Shout out to my boy C Diesel. That first song that came off that Keys to the City, that Two Face, it was dope. The CD was fire. I liked the video. The visuals was hot. The visuals in the video got a lot of views, and he also had a second video off of that called 28 G's. And I want to see my man Jay Jules come on with his project. He got a project that's dropping right now. And I currently got my boy KP in the studio. He's putting together his project. So 2017 is going to be a really good year. 2016 was a hell of a year. My boy C Diesel started it off making that noise, and going into the latter part of the year, I finally got my project to go ahead and surface. It's going to be a hell of a year for 2017. I'll look to see all of y'all at our shows. I look to see all of my artists, prospering. I want to see my homegirl Lady Day back in the picture. Shout out to my homegirl Toya Pearson, man. That Top Down Stocks Up is another joint. That's the sleeper, but we ain't sleeping, man. My boy KP let me know, man. The streets is definitely feeling that Top Down Stocks Up. Another good joint. This is a real deep thought project. I didn't go at it like half-assed. I actually had to think about it. That stock exchange, it's a real in-depth thought process for all of the young men who live in the streets and actually become men, grown men. It's not nothing that you just like learn overnight. And this actually made my mature, come out and over the CD. You want to make sure you always get the perspective of grown men, and some of the CD is not for you young fellas, man. It's not, because it's not like I'm gonna tell you and you're gonna listen anyway. So you have to listen to the CD. Years of experience is on that CD, and when you hear Stock Exchange, you hear it. You know what I'm saying? When you hear that grown man music, man, it's appreciated, and a lot of the fellas and the homies from the hood been letting me know that Stock Exchange is fire. Yeah, also on that CD, I got a joint called WDFWT. That's We Don't Fuck With Them. I don't give a fuck. Everybody got somebody in their crew that's like shady or throwing shade, and eventually you part ways and quit fucking with them. And it's better to have knowledge of a motherfucker that's like that, so you can just go ahead and distance yourself. So I made that song, We Don't Fuck With Them, for that purpose. I don't give a fuck if it's snitching. I don't give a fuck if it's shadiness. If it's just you don't fuck with them. But that's a dope song. And I also want y'all to check out that Live from the Trap. Live from the Trap was a video we shot. We shot it on location in Cleveland, and we shot some of it at my homeboy Manny Fresh's car wash. So Live from the Trap is on YouTube. Just dial up Sir Ed Live from the Trap. You know what I mean? I got a few shows on there. Sir Ed Live, that's live at the Sandusky State Theater. I just did a show here just a few minutes ago in Detroit. We performed at 1 to 6. Flaws and all, man. We still learning, we still building, we trying to get better. So I hope y'all dig the project. Life's short, so play hard. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get a copy, man. They're giving me great reviews on that, man, and I appreciate that love. For real. It's been real, y'all. I'm your boy, Sir Ed the Real. Peace and one love.